These are all the items you're going to need to make the taser. A high voltage generator, 2 AA batteries, some nails, a button and a switch, some heat shrink, some scrap wire, and a casing to put all the electronics in. Please make sure when you're using this to use your common sense because this is high voltage. Before you start anything, make sure which side is positive and which side is negative, so you don't wire it wrong with this and blow it. So first, you want to grab the switch, and we're going to solder a small cable onto it first. So grab some scrap wire and then trim it a little bit. I'm also going to take off some of the plastic and twist the wire up a little bit so it looks like this. Then I'm just going to bend it 90 degrees to make it look like an L, and I'm going to solder that onto this terminal over here. To make it look like this. If done correctly, it should line up with this terminal on the battery perfectly. So we'll solder that on next. Just like this. It should look like this. I added a drop of glue in there to make it stronger and so it doesn't wobble around as much. And next I'm going to get some scrap foam and put it in the edges, so when we put the high voltage device in here, if it drops or anything, it's most likely not going to break. So I'll just start cutting some of this foam. Cut it right down the middle. And this foam is the same stuff I'm using for the RC Reaper. Just like that. And I'm going to put it to the sides of this and measure it and cut that out. Doesn't have to be perfect, just needs to be enough so it's nice and tight. And it'll go on the sides somewhere like that. Now I'm going to solder this red wire onto this terminal of the switch. And I'm also going to be using some heat shrink too. So we'll put the heat shrink on the red wire, over the red wire. Then we'll get the soldering gear. Before I solder it on, I'm just going to put a little bit of solder on the terminal first to make it easier to put on. Okay, now I'll solder the red cable on. This one is a little bit difficult to get to, but it's working. Let me try from the top. Wait a minute. So I actually checked and this button is actually broken, so I'm gonna replace it. Okay, I wired everything up and let's test if this switch works now. Oh. Okay, I did not get shocked, but it does work. Jeez, it's really loud. Okay, I'm just going to do the finishing touches. So I'm just going to put this heat shrink on here. Just like that. And I'll put this under the green wire so it just reaches this end. And I probably want to take the batteries out so it doesn't accidentally go off. Okay. Now I'll put a drop of glue under the switch to keep it in place. Now I'm going to solder the wire on that connects the last cable to the battery. Okay, should look something like this. So I completed the taser, but I couldn't video the last few parts because my battery unfortunately died. All I did was I put a screw here, here, and here, and I put the 2 nails on at the front, and it works pretty well. But this is not for self-defense or for people, so don't go chasing around people trying to electrocute them. This was just purely for the thrill and enjoyment of making things, and I like making things, so yeah. That's all for this video.